He's just, I can't even explain how funny he is. You know how funny he is.
Yeah,
The
he
things
is.
he does. The way he says things.
I remember he used to make these little like drawings, and he would like name the stick figures after people on the unit and have them doing funny
And he
things
put
and
the
shit.
price on it. He still sends them to me.
He's so dumb. I love Kicka, man. So, what's your view on like his case? Like, why do you think that they should let him free?
Because it was an accidental thing. He was jumped. They wouldn't let him leave the bar, which is a kidnap, and then they jumped him. So it shouldn't have been, life without parole. If anything, it should. They let a kid off for murder. They gave him 13 years, and they let him go. And he actually went there to kill the cop in Revere. Like, so I don't understand what happened. There's just so much wrong with his case. And I'm trying to get a story out there. That's why we came to you, and the other guy, Bats. He's a good guy, I'm just trying to get a story out there.
So what would you say to Kicka today if you were able to talk to him and hold him and hug him and
that I love him? Yeah, my son Matthew says hi to you. Matthew,
Okay.
here?
Hey, Matthew, we have the same name. He must be cool.
He said you were in the hole when he was up there.
Oh yeah. What's your son's last name? I mean, if you feel no, don't.
Matt
Mahan. Matt Mahan. Oh yeah, I know Matt Mahan. That's your son, huh? Oh, okay.
Son.
Hey Matt, what's going on, dude?
Hey, what's going on, Matt? Yeah.
What would you want the world to know about Kicka? If you could tell them anything about Kicka, what would you want them to know?
He's a good person. He has a great heart, and he wouldn't hurt anybody. He's the best person like you could ever meet. He makes you laugh when he thinks you're like upset. I lost my grandmother and my mother, and he was so good to me during that time. Like, he brought me out of my grief. Like, so he's like the best person to be in the hallway on the door all day.
Oh yeah. He puts a smile on your face for sure.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's been nothing but good to me since I've known him.
How long have you guys been together now? In there?
Since 2021 March. Wow.
Yeah. And so you go up to and visit him? You said, and do you ever get to? Do you get contact?
I go up to visit him. Yeah, but it's behind glass, so it's no contact. So it's rough. But just to see his face, he's the funniest. Yeah, he's so good to me. He's an amazing guy.
Is it hard to be married to somebody while they're in prison?
Not to him. We're on the phone, and it's like he's right here when he's on the phone with me, and he says the same thing. Like, I take him away from that chaos.
Yeah.
So.
You guys are adorable. I hope this story reaches people, and an attorney or somebody listens to this and contacts them. If anybody has anything to say, they can leave a comment in the comment box, and I'm sure if you want, you can check it, and you can look at the comments and reply to them. Yeah. So if anybody has anything to contribute to the situation, they can leave a comment in the comment box.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yep. Have a good day. Hey people, welcome back to another episode of the W Number. Today we're going to talk about forgiveness. Francis Lang, a Charlestown bank robber, is going to tell his story of betrayal and murder. It's not pretty. And I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that it is. Forgiven to forgive. Listing all the people we have harmed will probably trigger a natural defensiveness with each name we write down. Another mental list may begin to form. A list of the wrongs that have been done to us and how we can deal with them. Deal with the resentment we hold towards others so we can move forward towards making amends. Jesus told his story. A king decided to bring his accounts up to date with servants who had borrowed money from him. In the process, one of his debtors was brought in who owed him millions. The man begged for forgiveness because he couldn't pay the king, It was filled with pity for him, and he released him and forgave his debt. But when the man left the king, he went to a fellow servant who owed him a few $1,000s. He grabbed him by the throat and demanded instant payment. This was reported to the king. Then the king called in the man he forgave and said, "You evil servant, I forgave you that tremendous debt because you pleaded with me. Shouldn't you have mercy on your fellow servant?" Then the angry king sent the man to prison to be tortured until he had paid his entire debt. That's what my heavenly Father will do to you if you refuse to forgive your brothers and sisters. When we look at all that God has forgiven us, it makes sense to choose to forgive others. This also frees us from the torture of festering resentment. We can't change what others have done to us, but we can write off their debts and become willing to make amends. I'm just going to say that, yeah, Francis Slang may have committed murder. It may have been a sergeant in the Suffolk County Sheriff's Office, but if we can't forgive people, what are we doing? Haven't you done something wrong that you want to be forgiven for? They won't forgive you for? And you wish they would? Come on, people. When are we going to start doing the things we talk about? When are we going to start doing what we want done to us, to others? For real. When are we going to start forgiving people for the things they've done to us or the things they've done to other people? You can't expect other people to forgive you if you can't forgive other people. Like, progress as a society starts with progress as a person. Forgiving people is just one way to make progress. And it all starts right here in your chest, right here in your mind. Everything starts with a thought. Everything starts with emotion. Moving forward. I sat in prison for a long time. And the entire time I was in there, I was thinking about when I got out, getting revenge on the people who did me wrong. But then I started thinking, if I can't forgive those people, then how are people going to forgive me? I don't want that as my legacy. I don't want revenge to be my legacy. I want my legacy to be something like this, doing something for society, getting the message out there. People's stories, man. People's stories that will never otherwise be heard. Now, on the way in, please hit the like button too, because I don't do this for me. I don't get nothing out of this. I do this for you. I'm hoping that one day I'm going to have enough followers and enough people that follow me that I can make a difference, an actual difference. Hello? Hey, Kicka, what's up, bro? Tell me how you grew up.
I grew up in Charlestown in the project, for new projects, my whole family from the project. I have friends in the other side of the town, Main Street. I basically, I was a regular kid. I didn't really fuck with drugs like that. I mean, I did smoke anything up there and there, but
What age were you when you first got arrested?
first arrest was I got arrested by the FBI for a bank robbery in Weymouth when I turned 18. Like a week after, that was November. November. I want to. Oh, damn! I think it was November 19th. I could be mixed up, right?
It's all right.
Yeah, it was 1992. Yeah, I got arrested and charged me, and then basically what it was a takeover robbery in Weymouth. I was the scooper. I jumped the counter. I got all the die packs out, but I had a bad day because I ended up grabbing a die pack, which kind of sucked. And then I jumped over the petition, and jumped over the robbery. Okay, oh my goal. Me and another kid went out. We got masks on. When we step out, it was a Braintree police officer coming to fucking cash his check. Even called me. They called us the kids that couldn't rob right. Yeah, see. That was a bad day. Then we got in a car chase, whatever, and then I got away. And then, this is why I got arrested by the FBI was because I thought, one guy got away, never got caught. Another kid, the state trooper came off the highway and smashed us into a bridge. And I jumped out of the back seat, and the stage girls were, pulling out their guns. And this dude was like, freeze over. I was like, yeah, all right. That's right. You say, all right. And I ran, right? So the other kid ran this way, and I ran this way. We both got away. And then, so they're chasing me, right? It's a free place, right? So they're chasing me, and I'm jumping over fences, and, every fence I'm jumping over, they're behind me. So I keep jumping, and I'm running. I'm a kid. I'm 18 years old. And I'm now I, took off my robbery clothes, and I have like a dress-up shirt, and it's November, and I remember it was red, and I kept jumping over things. So this is what's crazy. I ran one way, he ran the other way, right? So the kid, we ended up bumping into each other, and he was already like with his mask off and on different. He was walking, and I bumped right into him, right? And I knew there were a couple fences behind me, so I looked at him and I go, "Chase me, just keep walking." He goes, "All right, all right." And it was so funny. I'm running across the highway. I looked over, and my buddy's walking, and the cop's going, "Get out of the way!" And he like, sure, and they ran right by him, and he got away. But this pissed him off, though. I'll tell you why. So I jump over and run up to him. So I dive into a thorn bush. I crawl into the thorn bush. I get under a de-weeded tree. I tuck into the thing, and I'm hiding there, right? And then here comes the dogs. Here comes the fucking cops. Here comes the helicopters. And they're all around me, right? At one point, I was looking at a cop's fucking sneaker. Every time I do a robbery, I would take pepper and throw it in the back seat. So if it ever happens, and they go, the first place they go is to the car, and then the dog will achoo, and then it'll go, it's no good. It worked, because I ended up out of the fucking thing, and the dogs and everything couldn't smell me. So, this is where I fucked up. I ran to a river, so I was like soaking wet. I'm in a ball. I was like that, and I could hear in the distance a church bell, and it went ding, 1 o'clock, then 2 o'clock, boom, ding, and then 3 o'clock, ding, ding, and then 4 o'clock, ding, ding, and it's starting to get dark, right? And I'm like, all right, gotta wait. This is great, awesome. And I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of this thing. It was so disgusting and so cold. So I crawl out, right, mountain back. I crawl out, and I get up, and I look around, no one's looking at me. I'm like, all right, this is great. So I was just waiting till it gets dark, and I duck down, and I'm there, and all of a sudden, from the distance, I hear fucking sirens coming. And it's starting to get dark, and I'm like, what the fuck? And they're getting closer and closer. Then I start hearing doors open and doors shut. I hear doors open, doors shut. And it's like, I hear all these cars. I'm like, oh shit. And then I hear them loading, I hear them pumping everything again. Like, I'm like, oh, this ain't good. And now I hear their feet. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm on top of a fucking mountain. How the fuck are they fucking looking at me? All of a sudden, right? That is horrible. I turned, I looked up, and it was a house, a yellow house on a hill, higher than the hill I was on. And I looked up, and there was this big plate window, and I remember there was a cop and a lady standing in the window looking right at me. And I looked at them, and as soon as I looked at them, I'm like, oh, this sucks. And then I heard in the radio go, hey, no, this is how I ended up looking. First I hear the radios coming, I hear this, yeah, he's on the left side of the tree. And I look over and I'm like, wait, what the fuck? And I hear them coming closer and closer. He's got around, that's wood, and they're coming. And then I hear, he's on the left side. And I'm like, how the fuck are they looking at me? And then I hear, he's got a red shirt on. And I'm like, oh, geez, what the fuck? That's when I turned around and was like, oh, look at this. And I'm looking at the cop, and he goes, I think he's got a weapon. And I went like this, well, I ain't got no motherfucking weapon. I'm good. Here you go, I'm right here. And then look, now they had 80 fucking cops surrounding me, like all converging onto the fucking bush on the side of it. And it was funny. I'm standing there, right? And remember, I went through all dog bushes. So now they're all going through dog bushes. And they're like, oh, and it took them like 5 minutes. I'm looking at them all. I see my hands up there. Don't move. Get over here. I'm like, I ain't going back now. Get the fuck later. You go through there. And they did. They came through, handcuffed me, right? And this is the part of it. If you ever look, I'm in the newspaper that day, well, the next day. It's a horrible day. Every time there's a robbery, they ride around Charlestown with their battle wagon and Margaret County. Back when I was, in that shit. But anyways, so as I'm coming out of the woods, Margaret's standing right there, and she grabs a hold of me. Hey, Kicka, will we get you? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. She said, hey, let them see his face. Because you got to remember, all the FBI were in the bank, like doing what they're looking for. They just figured 2 guys got away. And there you go. I was just, so they're on the scene. And then I shut the fuck up. And then state trooper kicked me in the ass. And I'm a little kid. I smiled, hey, with a smile. And that's the picture they took. And it said, gang that couldn't rob right. That's not bad. In my face, like my mother was so bad at me.
Hey,
I'm
so
sorry, Mom.
let me ask you a question, right? Hey, what was it?
But,
What was it like growing up, like in Charlestown? What was the projects like?
oh, it was awesome. It was awesome. I fucking Charlestown. Charlestown was Dodge country. And, like, that's the thing. We're all tight community. We're all fucking, everyone's our shit friend. And, like, it was awesome. Like, and, you know, all that bullshit, cold and silence, this and that. No. Listen, we're just regular fucking people. Yeah, granted, you know, some of us are robbers, you know, bank robbers, army truck robbers. But some of us are, like, we got cops that grew up with us that are cops. And I got friends that are school teachers. I got friends that are fucking, I got a friend, a good friend, that's a U.S. Marshal. He's like my second or third cousin. I know he hates me to find out he is. They don't want that. But, you know, because of my case, they made me look like I'm a fucking monster.
So
But I'm
we're
not.
like,
Everybody that knows me knows I'm not. Go ahead.
so we're like, was it like, everybody was friends, even if you were cops? It was just because you were from Charlestown, you guys were all friends?
Oh, yeah, no, but once somebody's a cop, now they're a different friend. Now they're not the friend that we're going to drink with.
Right.
They're just the friend that, hey, how you doing? You know what I mean? But when we were kids, none of us, like, maybe a couple of our, you know, friends' fathers were cops and shit, but, you know, they all know what happened, right? You know? And, yeah, but see, this is the thing, that when I was 5 years old, and I was blind, basically, like, my mother, like, I used to always watch TV. My mother's like, wow, you sit so close to the TV. And I'm like, I can see it like this. So then she took me in to get me glasses. I had fucking whatever. So I wore, my mother had the worst guy. My mother would dress me like I was friggin' going in fucking disco in the fucking 70s. She put, give me brown corduroy pants, yellow shirt, and my glasses. I looked, and then I got the nickname, Messy Marvin, by the older kid. You know, I looked just like Messy Marvin, the kids back in the days. Used to be like a chocolate commercial with Messy Marvin. So, like, you know, I don't want to call it bullying, but I call it, you know, it's like, in our neighborhood, if you got something to say about somebody, you could fucking, you know, because a lot of us are funny people, and you rag on it, but when you're the guy getting ragged, it sucks. But, like, I did my own ragging to people, you know? So it's like, I grew up like that. I know when I was wicked uncoordinated like a motherfucker. So, like, whenever we had a sport event, I would have to sit there and get picked. I would always get picked last. And I used to hate when we had, like, making teams for any sport. But, and then there's, like, then I have a couple of my cousins that are women, but they're like, forget about it. They're fucking athletes like a motherfucker. And they get picked before me, and I'd be like, huh? But now it's good like that. Now you have, the way it is now, it's, you know, everyone's treated the same. Like, women want to be treated like men, but, yeah, I've been on doing that shit when I was fucking young, 10, 11, 12-year-old kid. And, yeah, I get picked after girls,
So
that's
when,
for,
hey, so like
yeah,
the criminal, like, underworld type of thing, like, so they say that Charlestown's got the highest bank robbery rate per capita in the world. Like what kind of shit was going on, like, as far as bank robberies and stuff like that? Like, how was that whole scene?
yeah. Well, guys get a paid and you go out, just like regular people go to work. And then, like, here's the thing. In our neighborhood, right, this is what's crazy. Say there's a robbery, right? This is what the FBI does. This is fact. They will come to our neighborhood, and they will go to every fucking people's houses, right? And they'll say, hey, we're looking for Kicka. Oh, hey, we're looking for this guy. We're looking for this guy. And then what happens is the neighborhood starts talking like, oh, we could just, like I went back to prison for robberies I had nothing to do with. And that's how they violated my supervised leave. We'll get into that another time. But, like, people, like, have full refrigerators. You have people, like, families that are on welfare, and you have kids that ain't having Christmas, but the guys that are fucking getting to the bag are coming back and fucking looking out like, yeah, so kids can have Christmas that don't have anything. Welfare is fucking welfare. Welfare doesn't give your kids fucking bicycles and fucking have your kids be happy and be dressed in clothes. Go to a refrigerator. I don't know how many times I've been to a refrigerator. If I open a fucking refrigerator and it's empty, I go food shopping with the person. Like, come on, let's go. And it's fucking boom. And I'm not the only one. All these good guys, like, look at the shit they did to the fellas up fucking in Nashville. Fucking, that's bullshit. They fucking lied. They cheated. See, the FBI cheat. And this is what they say. If you spill blood for fucking robbery, if you're gonna, we're gonna, we're coming for that like crazy.
Hey,
And
so
like when I got out, and then that was it.
hey, so I just want to give you a chance right now to like, now that we can hear you better a little bit, is to is there anything that you want the people to know about why you're in prison right now, and
Yeah.
like what this is your chance to get heard. What is it that you
Oh yeah.
feel like should happen?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I'm not a fucking murderer. My case is not a murder. I
Yeah.
ain't murdered nobody. I got my head punched in. And because of my history, like I told people, right? I grew up in the project Charlestown, right? My environment, the guys that were the other guys, the guys that took care of people, that didn't fucking turn up, that the FBI turned our projects into a fucking, look at it, they're ripping them down. It's a fucking disgusting. They all kids with dope. They're all fucked up on dope and drugs. That's the FBI that did that. The FBI and the government got rid of all of us to fucking take our neighborhood. And that I get fucking so weird. That's the only thing that bothers me. I love my neighborhood. And they make us look like we're the pieces of shit. Well, we're the pieces of shit. Look at it. Look at all the kids that are fucked up on heroin. Look at all my fucking friends I lost. There's a fucking dope. I get fucking, I get so fucking mad about it. And I'm not bullshit.
No,
I don't fucking lie. I don't lie. I talk to my heart. And that's what the fuck these people did. And now they got, that's because, oh, yeah, tell on everybody. All these fucking rats. Oh, tell them. They're cowards. They're fucking cowards. And what are they doing? All they're doing is walking around a fucking rat in the shadows of the fucking bunker wanting people on fucking head. But again, I don't mind it. I get fucking crazy, bro. I swear to God, like right now,
no, I hear
I
you,
just
Kicka,
hate
man.
it.
I
I
feel
hate it.
terrible about the situation. I wish I had something I could do to help. That's why I
Yeah,
want to kind of get this message out to.
yeah, here's the thing. No matter what, right? I wouldn't fucking bar. I got my head punched if I fucking buried fucking man or stunned double. That fucking piece of shit. And I don't use fucking, like, I'm not a homophobic guy, like I say, like, guy sucks a dick, just, I don't want to drink after you. That's it, right? Let them do their thing. I don't give a fuck. But as far as that bartender, yeah, okay, he's, whatever he is. But that guy is a bully. He's a scumbag. He took all his pay. Then he sells the places, right? And tricks his old man and takes all his fucking money. His brothers and sisters are like, they hate him now. And the thing was, man, right? All right, I got the life bid, right? All right, somebody lost their son, and I feel bad for the mother. No, that's another thing they lied about in the newspaper. Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, let me give a shout out to the fucking trawler, fucking, McFly. What the fuck was her name? Oh, Michelle McPhee. Yeah, she's got a podcast or some shit, I think, too. That fucking douchebag went up to my grandmother's house, talked to my sick grandmother who had fucking what was it, what the fuck is that called? Where they forget shit.
Alzheimer's.
She had it, like, Alzheimer's. She went there and mocked my grandmother. My grandmother said, "Oh, he's a good boy." Yeah, like, why? And then she puts it in the paper, like it's funny, And all these, like, people that hate me, that might listen to this podcast, I'll debate any of them. Everyone that was in there, 45 fucking people in there. Tell me what you're seeing. You see Kicka, you get fucking beat up, jumped, and fucking, they're just mad because I didn't get kicked around like a fucking soccer ball. Because I'm not going on that floor and get my brain stomped. And I grew up in an environment that when you hit the ground, man, I watched motherfuckers get their heads kicked in for the whole hour of rep and get their brains stomped in. I'm
Right.
never going to die like that, and like, that's it. And I got out of there. And the thing is, it's not a murder. They know it's not a murder. But because of who I am, because I'm a fucking, I steal money, right? Okay. Granted, I'm guilty. I did my time, then whatever. But I never fucking ever did anything. Every act that I've done, it's with honor, or there's nothing that you could say to me. Say, oh, you do this, tell me, like, that ain't good. Yeah, that's the environment. I grew up like that. I smoked dust at a young age. I had a lot of concussions when I was a kid. So I grew up different than a lot of people. But, like,
Hey, Hey, so
All
Kicka,
the like,
do you feel like it was like trauma and like your past
yeah,
experiences that kind of shaped that situation? Like you were afraid of getting killed, so you just
yeah.
acted in the way that you needed to act.
Maddie, you've been with me. Like, you see, that's like anyone that's been where we've been, Maddie, they know what happens when you hit the floor. And all that person on the floor is open blood, that the cops are open too. But if there's been times that they haven't, and guys, I watched you and said, look at the fucking, my boy, like fucking,
Happens all the
yeah,
time.
yeah, it's a prison. Like, you gotta remember, I grew up in prison. Like, they sent me, the FBI sent me to fucking United States Penitentiary, Lewisburg, when I was 18 years old, 18-year-old kid. And I went there and I grew up with every month there was a body get dragged out of there. And they fucking, that's what they figured, like, oh, this is getting them to tell on a guy. Who gives a the guy got away? That's the best part of that robbery. Like, I got caught. But so they sent me to fucking Lewisburg. And I go to Lewisburg, and I'm at Lewisburg, and fucking, I'm fucking, I don't want to use the word love, but I became the guy that fucked with everybody in the joint. And everybody knows who Kicka was. And I was a good fucking guy. And I
Yeah.
was with real motherfuckers. And that's the thing, is like, when I get out of there, like I said, like, boom, I went back again, and I went back again, but like, what it was all behind my robbery, because I had supervised rule. So they would violate me, then they would violate me, and I would fucking fall into the trick of not taking my meds and smoking dust, and then, fucking stuck on stupid and get all crazy with the cheese whiz. But now it's like, what do I do? I'm like, it's how I grew up, and it is what it is. But like I said, I ain't never fucking murdered nobody. I ain't no murderer. This case ain't murder. This case is a case about a bank robber who got jumped in a bar by a couple drunken bullies, and one of them happened to be a fucking deputy sheriff whose family is entwined into the law enforcement and state troopers and all this shit. Listen, they did so many dirty fucking things. Like, for one, like, let the family, like, man, like, this is another part I really want to get in. Because when I got sentenced, right, I'm just going to tell you, right, so everyone that watched that trial thought I was walking out the fucking door. But, listen, this is something that really, people want to look into, like, what's really going on. You want to be, if you have any integrity and you really understand the law, like law students that really want to, like, do what's right, like, give everyone a chance. In my trial, in my case, fucking Lady Liberty, they took her fucking blindfold off. She wears a blindfold for a reason, and they took it off. So what they did, they added blood smears, right? Remember I told you the kid was getting his chest pumped. They had blood smears down the side of his face, like out of his nose, his mouth, and like he was fucked up. But it was blood smeared because the dude was fucking spitting blood because the guy's pumping all his blood out. So what they did, Maddie, right? They took pictures and they told the jury that those blood smears were wound from. Like that's like, so I was found guilty of malice of forethought. So when the jury's look at the kid's picture, they take the picture, Maddie, and they got blood smears that are for the atrocity. And I'm telling everyone, no one's listening to me. I even like bumbled it. I'm like, yo, remember fucking blood smears? Like,
Yeah.
honest to God, Maddie, like that's not no fucking. And everybody can look at the pictures. Just guess what like these two people do? They had the clean picture because they clean the body before then. They're supposed to, but they didn't do that. They didn't clean his face until they took the picture. But then there's people that seen the kid who know he only had one blood, like, a cut. And it was a wound. And it was from his, it was from the bridge of his nose to like his cheek. And all that was I'm swinging. I'm only swinging up and swinging like that because I don't want these motherfuckers to get me on the ground. And once I figure, look, there's a knife. Like, maybe we should all, like, leave this little fucking chubby kid alone. And if they didn't, nobody's seen it. Everybody, like, everyone in church, no one's seen me with a knife in my hand.
So
And,
it
like, I
happened.
don't even have to say that, but I'm saying it because it's the fucking truth.
It
And that's all I did. But,
it happened at 12 o'clock at nighttime, right?
yeah, so around that time, yeah.
So was the guy drunk or were you drunk? Like,
Oh my God! Yo, was he drunk? Okay, guess what his blood level was? 72.2, which basically, if you look at the drug chart, he was 3 times over the legal limit of being intoxicated.
So
3 times over it.
who was at the bar first?
Alright, that kid, well, I got there after them. When I walked in, like I said, I walked in, I see the only reason my fucking friend had to have the hair color of fucking Billy Idol so I could see it through the window. And I'm telling you, I don't want to go in here with that fucking douchebag. And she was like, oh, I'm just going to run in. We got a parking spot. And I'm like, all right, let me go say fuck. Sorry to get it. So I walk in, I have a beer in my hand. And I walk in, I'm at the door, I'm like, Dennis, what's up? He turns around and says, hey, what's up? I'm like, I'm sorry about mom and shit. And he's like, yeah, that was the thing, like, that's my fear. So I gave him a hug, whatever. So I'm like, all right, see you later. And before I could, Jackie at the other end, he's like, hey, come here. He's waving at me. And Dennis said, chicken, don't even go down there. I said, let me see what he says. And that's when I walked down with the beer can. I don't know if I told you that yesterday, but I walked into the beer can, and that's when he was like, hey, what are you doing here with beer? And I'm like, you're still a fucking dickhead, bro. Like, in my mind, it was just like, hey, kid, you got okay, let's make good with all that. But I should have thought that, like, the last time I seen him was him with shit all in his ass, getting kicked under a car. And that was him crawling under a car. And then he went to his family's house, and I know this to be true. He walked into their kitchen, right, this bozo, and he collapsed on the fucking, fucking whatever, like he got fucking thing. And that was his all fucking freak. That's back, like I said, in 98. Fast forward, now I'm back in the bar, and I'm seeing him for the first time since that last time, because this arrogant piece of shit got in a girl who just had her child, who's now a police officer, which is pretty cool, and her husband, yeah, that's my guy, he's a good guy, he's a cop too. And I know they can't say they like Kicka, but I got kicked out of that bar for someone that became a police officer. And he was screaming at her because her kid's father is his friend, and this guy's fucking yelling in the girl's face. And that's why me and him had differences, and that's all it was. Like, don't get this girl, like, girls that are pregnant, they got a lot of shit going on in their mind. So, like, I was visiting her, and she's like, so you're like, come on, she hasn't been out yet. So we're like, me and my partner, like, come on, we'll take you out. And her mom was like, go ahead, I'll keep the baby. And so I'm taking her out for her first time. So like any person that's had a child, they know the emotion that's going through. Sometimes they don't do it as much, and they can be fucked up. So like I'm just taking her out to make her like watch her, have fun with her, and then bring her home at 1 o'clock after a good night. But at the beginning of the night, we go in cells like everyone does. And this fucking dude is screaming in her face. And I was on the other end of the bar, and I walked down there, and I said, fuck up, you fucking Barry Manilow fucking bitch. And he fucking, that's your daughter here too. I'm like, come on, Chad, we're out of here. And I left with me and my friends, we left. So boom, that was that. So fucking knew I'm driving in my I got a Lincoln, I'm driving. I see him, I pull him over, and I end up fucking punching his fucking head and crawling in the car. And then boom, fast forward, I walk out to the end of the bar because he wants to be a bitch, and he's got 16 of his friends in there, which I didn't know. And I walk in, and I'm like, you're fucking still a fucking ass clown. And I fucking like, I just turn around, and then the dude grabs me. He's like, hey, what'd you say to my girl? Like, I say none of you girls, you fucking fool. But if I did, I apologize. And I said it loud, and people heard it. And that's testimony. And then I turned around, and I started walking away, and I go, Jackie, here's the beer can. And I bounced it off the bar as I'm taking the left to walk out the door. And the fucking screw punches me in the fucking face, smashed my glasses, and the fucking chunky fucking motherfucking shot. His cousin came from behind, and then the other Jackie, they stopped punching me. Everyone did. And I was getting my fucking dome punched, and that's testimony.
I'm not sure if he's gonna call back, people, but that story is impactful. He cut the guy one time while he was getting jumped. I mean, to get a life sentence without parole, with malice aforethought, it just doesn't make sense. We need people to look at this case a little bit closer. Somebody needs to step up to the plate and help this man. Like, do something. Do something real for a change. Like, get somebody out of prison that doesn't deserve to be there. Coming from personal experience, I've been around Kicka for years, more than a decade. And yeah, he's had his moments where I thought, man, this kid's crazy, But for the most part, Kicker's just a likable, kind of soft type of dude. But he's, not soft in that he's not going to stick up for himself. He's more in the fact that he's not like a built up guy. He's not muscular. He's more, just a chubby, funny kid that just wants to have fun and laugh. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, I just wish there was something I could do more than just putting his story out. I mean, that's all I can do. But um, let me know what you guys think about this case. Please leave a comment in the comment section. If you know an attorney that might be able to help him, then please contact them. And then contact me by leaving a comment in the comment section. Thank you. You guys have a great day. Thank you for watching another episode of the W Number.